Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns on liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
Let me take that off mute. What's happening? Make sure my mic is working right. What's going on? What is going on? Dallas can't stay healthy. Yeah, you already know, Nina. I was gonna hit that first, but what's up? We'll get there in a minute. I appreciate y'all. David McCoy, what up? First out the limo. You know I appreciate you. Chris says 2-0. Here we come. Yes, I have measured enthusiasm. What's going on, Tiff? What's going on, Nina? What's going on, Chris 3K? What's going on, Little G? Yeah, we are here. We are 1-0. Only half of the league is 1-0, and we are in that half of the league. So it is all good in the hood. I appreciate it. And interesting week. I am at a loss for the moves that Howie Roseman is making. I'm like, okay, I like we got defensive tackle Jacob Sykes going to practice squad. Then we released Eli Ricks. Eli Ricks was somebody that I thought, are they going to give him another shot at corner, or are we going to stick with Adoree Jackson? I guess they're going to stick with Adoree Jackson, and it is what it is. So if I was Kansas City, I would go at Adoree Jackson all damn game. But I will say this. Adoree Jackson knows how bad it looked. He knows how bad it looked. And it would be up. I'm going to assume that he has the wherewithal to understand that he can't let that happen again. He can say he gave himself a solid C all he wants. The big guy in the sky don't lie. And if anybody is playing us, to me, in the air, our passing game is to attack his location wherever he is on the field until he shows us, until he can show the opponent that he can handle it. If he continues to, if I go at him, if Kansas City goes at him like Dallas did and they get the same results, you're going to get that all year until we either get him out of there and get somebody else that can play it a little bit better, or till he proves that he can, stop the attacks. So I would attack that spot all game. I always use that example in 23 when we played the Seahawks and they had less than a minute and a half left or whatever it was. And they went at James Bradbury all 8 times, I think it was. And they went right down the field. And he couldn't stop it. And I was like, I would have done the same thing. Nina, I agree with you, and I hope you are correct. Tiffany, that is phenomenal news. Gabe Hall cleared waivers. I love it. Love it. And that's actually surprising to me. We snuck that one in. I don't know how. Well, I guess everybody got their roster set, so it's a little bit more difficult. Not difficult, but you've been studying certain players all camp the first week. So you're not going to be as easy to just come off of players that you've already got, I guess, relationships with. You already got film on. You know what they can do in your system. So you don't want to just chuck that out and start with somebody new. So they got to learn the system and they got to start from square one. So you really don't want to do that. So I was surprised that he cleared waivers. Um, so I guess we going did we snatch him back up? He's okay. So he cleared waivers. So now we can put him on practice squad. So um, so we'll see. Tiffany, I'm hoping you are correct with Zadarius Smith. I'm expecting him to do some things. I'm expecting him to do some things, and I know he's the hot topic of the week. I'm expecting him to be Zadarius Smith to be very productive with Jalen Carter back. I am very interested to see what type of tone, what type of temperament Jalen Carter is going to have now after everything that has calmed down. He has a very short leash. He has earned the reputation now. So now the problem is he is going to get a quick flag faster than anybody else. And every chance that the media and the commentators get, they are going to bring up on the regular Spitgate. They are going to bring it up. When we play the Chiefs, that's what they're going to talk about. Jalen Carter's on the field. We heard the thing with Spitgate. They're going to bring all of that stuff up again, which is exactly what the NFL doesn't want. But they said that he could play, so they're going to get what they get. That's the way it goes. That's how the sausage is made. So we'll see what they're going to do. Alfredo, yeah, that's Baldo, man. That ain't nothing new. That is not anything new, man. So I just hope that he can come back and he'll. But we need him on the field. We need that offensive production on the field. Now we're gonna have to get the ball to AJ and Devontae. So we'll see what's gonna happen. We'll see what's gonna happen. So I'm looking forward to Jalen Hurts just having a good game in the air. Because if he does not have a good game in the air, we're gonna revisit all those feelings about last year. About, is it the scheme? Is it Kellen Moore? Is it Jalen Hurts? Can he just not throw the ball? Like, we're gonna go through all of that stuff again. And it's like, my expectations for Jalen Hurts this year is for him to be over 4,000 yards passing. That's my expectations for him. So we'll see how that goes, but it also depends on, do we get the run game going? I am a big fan of this new guy, Tank Bigsby. I just put a video out today. The NFL hit me with the okie doke because they said I edited this video. I just put I just did a film session, but I can't monetize the video. So, but Tank Bigsby, I like him. I like him a lot. I would dare to say I like him over AJ Dillon. I just think he's a better running back. He's a little bit younger. He's a lot faster. Not as big, but he is not a small back. He is what, like 6 foot 215. He's a big kid. So that will go bode well for us. So there we go. So yeah, I just put this out today. Film study with Tank Bigsby. So check that out when you get a chance. Because I can't monetize it, just do me a favor, and you know what? I should just put this out here just for GP. Just do me a favor. If you sitting at home, if you're like me and you work from home, or when you get home, right? Turn on your computer and find any video from Pro Fan Talk, preferably the videos that I put out during the week, and just watch one of them. Turn it on, play it, and just walk away. Go do something else. Because what that does is it lets the video play, it lets all of the ads play in their entirety, and that helps out the channel a lot. So if you could do that, please, I'd appreciate it. As well as smash that like button and make sure you subscribe. All of that type of good stuff. So um Shipley's gonna be out for a minute. Shipley's got a rib injury, and as a running back, whew, that is bad for business. I had a bad shoulder injury in college, never had a rib injury. However, I do remember one time in high school, I got lit up. I believe it was my freshman year or sophomore year in high school. Um, I went out for a wide. As a running back, I ran a wide pattern, and I thought I was wide open, and the ball was up there, and I had my hands out like this, stretching out for the ball, and this safety came over and just lit barbecue ribs, and that was the first time. I don't know if anybody that plays football ever been hit so hard that you feel like different. Like I would have bet money. This is the sensation that I got. I would have bet money that there was a literal hole in my chest, in my side. Because it after I got up from that hit, you gotta hop up because you don't want people to think that you got knocked out. Right. So when I hopped out, literally, it felt like there was a hole in my side and that there was a breeze blowing through. That's what it felt like. Because I was like this, and this was all of this was smoked barbecue ribs, man. Oh my God. I'll never forget that hit. And I didn't get hurt. I just remember hearing everybody on the sideline go, ooh, because he laid me out. And I don't even know if it was a hard hit, but it felt like that because of the position I was in. And yeah, not fun. Barbecue ribs all day. But Zadarius Smith said he was already planning to play this season. He had great offers, but he chose the best fit for him in Philly. Yeah, this is the best chance for him to win and get an opportunity to get to the playoffs. I won't say Super Bowl because at this point in time, we just trying to get through the play. We're trying to get to the playoffs, and we're not even trying to do that. We're just trying to get through the first 4 weeks. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get through the first 4 weeks. So once that's done, this is the preseason now for starters. The first 4 weeks of NFL season, the regular season, is now considered the preseason for starters because the starters don't do nothing during camp. They don't do anything. So this is preseason for us. Got to learn how to tackle again. Got to learn how to catch the ball. Got to get the timing together. Things of that nature. So that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. So I'm looking forward to it. I think right now, and it was funny. I was listening to my boy Jason Dunn. Jason Dunn on his channel is called Chief Concerns. Jason Dunn played with the Eagles for 4 years and played with the Kansas City Chiefs for 8. And so he has a Chiefs based YouTube channel. And of course, I'm with the Eagles. So I jumped on his right before I had to get here. I was on his podcast. Him and he had another former Eagle, an EKU alumni, Diallo Burks. So we had 3 former EKU players, alumni, and 3 former Eagles. We was all on the show together. We're gonna definitely try to do that again. I definitely got to get Diallo and Jason Dunn to connect and come on my show. So we definitely gonna get that done, man. But yeah, like everybody got issues. We were talking about Xavier Worthy, him getting hurt. So he's not going to be there. And if he is, at what capacity is he running with? He's not going to be full speed, not with that shoulder the way it is. So what's up, Carlos? But he's in bad shape. And I say that not that he can't play, because there's a good chance he might play. But when you separate your shoulder, you are immediately susceptible to it having to it happening again often. So he's a very small live player anyways. He ain't bringing too much bulk on the field. So he's always going to lose the battle of physics. But if he's going to try to play, he's going to brace it up. Now, when you brace it up, your movement is restricted. He's a receiver. You got to reach out and catch the ball. And the minute you try to do like that, catch the ball like you're supposed to, with your thumbs together, making that diamond. The minute you reach out like that, shoulder's gonna hurt. If he gets hits in the ribs is gonna hurt. So that's gonna restrict his movement. Look for Xavier Worthy if he plays. Look for him to do a lot of body catching the ball in your body, trapping it, cradling it, different things like that, rather than catching the ball with your hands. But we'll see. He might grin and bear it and figure out a way to get them hands up in the air. But every time he does that now, he is at a risk. He's at a risk because any hit, and it doesn't have to be a hard one, ugh, it's gonna hurt. So yeah, they can put him out there with a brace or shoulder brace. A shoulder brace is like, it looked like, you remember that? Did y'all see which one was that? What was the Marvel movie with Doctor? I guess it was Doctor Strange. And what was the villain? What was Mads Mikkelsen character's name? Was it Caecilius? When Caecilius, they got that contraption on him, and it locked around his body and it made him lay down. That's what a harness. That's what that type of harness does to you. It is very restricting, because if it's not restricting, then it loses its purpose. So we'll see what they do with it. He probably gonna try it out there and try to play. So we'll see. I haven't really studied their offensive line, but um, not concerned about that. I'm very interested to see what Jalen Carter is going to do. He's going to be looking to make up. I saw somebody posted a comment from him, and my first question was, did he say that or did somebody else write that? Because it didn't sound kosher at all. It didn't sound like that was something that he would say, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know if it was a quote, an interview on the radio. I don't know what it was. So yeah, ain't no way I'm gonna find it now. So, but we gonna see what he gonna do. I think he'll be just fine. I think he's gonna have a chip on the shoulder, and I think he's gonna be ready to rock and roll. So, yeah, Brian, I saw that. I haven't watched it yet, so haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna check it out. Everybody got their podcast open, man. I'm like, shoot, I gotta step my game up, man. Everybody coming into the space now. That's the thing to do now. Everybody, when you got some time, put a podcast together. So, but yeah, man, it's all good to go. Um, I'm not scared of any Chiefs wide receiver, but Adoree Jackson is one to worry about because he got cooked last week. I'm with you 100%, bro. He did. He did. So this is one of these situations, and this is the silver lining of this with the whole Adoree Jackson situation. As a player, you do not want to get embarrassed. So the mere fact that he's getting another opportunity to start, he better show improve. He better show improve. Because you don't want to come back and then like they just abusing you. You got to show why you made it in this league this long. You got to be able to do that. So, what's up, Tone? But yeah, Yeah, Tone, adore. It makes me nervous, but it is what it is. It is what it is. He knows what he has to do. He knows, and again, like I just said, this is the silver lining of it because he knows what he can't do. He knows what he can't let happen. Just like Jalen Carter, he knows what he can't. He knows his leash is short. Everybody's watching him now. He can't get away with the same nonsense that he did before. Adoree Jackson is in the same boat. You cannot play like you played against Dallas. You got to be much better than that. Much better than that. And that is not an unreasonable request. So, yeah, don't end up on the highlight reel. We're gonna put you in because we know you homecoming. So, um, whatever he got to do to motivate himself, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. So, um, yeah, Tone. He don't want to be embarrassed, man. So he don't want to get sat down because I know he already thinks he's better than Keely Ringo. And you don't want to beat the man for his squad, for his spot, and then get demoted. So, it might change anyways when Ja'Cory Bennett is ready, but I don't know what the situation is with that either. I don't remember hearing Vic Fangio speak on Bennett. So we'll see what's gonna happen. They're gonna have the opportunity to get it right. They're gonna have an opportunity to make up ground. Jalen Carter can take the first very little step in being where people are forgetting what he did. So it is what it is. They will get it together. They will get it together. So let me hold on while we in here. Damn, it's been 20 minutes already. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link. So if anybody want to come on and holler at your boy, do just that. Was there any other news? I got the Twitterverse open. I don't think there's been any other news lately, but other than them promoting the game. So Dallas Goedert knee, Tanner McKee right thumb, Will Shipley oblique, that's a rib. Landon Dickerson is his back. Jalix Hunt is his hip. So they're very, very limited in practice. That's not bad. 5 people. Let's see what it looks like at the end of the week. Let's see what it looks like at the end of the week. What's up, Chris?
What it do, Coach?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much, nothing much. Just here, man. A couple things. I don't know if you got the chance. I don't know if you had heard yesterday when they had the coordinators talk. I think they asked Patullo about the run game stuff, and he
Mhm.
said something that I thought was interesting. He said it wasn't so much that they ran into heavy boxes; it's just that they didn't block it right.
Right.
And I was like kind of interested on what your, because I know, obviously you being a running back and how much you've, even last year when we won it, you talked a lot about pitching Saquon outside, getting him off tackle. Just
Yeah.
kind of what you thought about him saying it wasn't so much a heavy box, it's just they didn't block it up right.
That could mean that they got confused a little bit. They were doing a good job of hiding their coverages or running stunts, things of that nature. Not out of the realm of possibility, but now you know what not to do.
Right.
So that's game one. So you're gonna have some mistakes and some warts all the way, especially in the beginning of the year. You still trying to brush the dust off. Remember,
Yep.
this is the first 3-4 games. This is the new preseason now. Because you
Absolutely.
couldn't bang in camp. The only
Yep.
time you can really bang is, joint practices and things like that. And then you go to the game and then none of your starters play. So the starters are the ones that's brushing off dust, and those are the ones that keep the people coming to the stadium.
Yep.
So there's kind of like a conflict of interest when it comes to that, but I understand why they do it, trying to save the players, from injury and stuff like that. Okay.
Yep.
But at some point in time, you got to get callous to the hits and the way football is supposed to be played. And I think we've
Absolutely.
lost that in this era of football. But I mean, I think they called some good defenses against us.
Yep.
And it worked. for the most
Yeah,
part, but it cost them because Jalen Hurts ripped them up.
sure did. Sure did. I
So if
mean,
they want to keep doing that, go ahead.
it
Eventually,
really
somebody's
is.
going to try to put a spy on them, and then that's going to backfire.
Yeah. That's what I was
So
thinking. I'm like, when you think about this Eagles team, it's really no good answer because there's always something you giving up. There's
it's
always
always
something,
something.
you know what I'm saying? And last week it wasn't Saquon necessarily, or wasn't the receivers, but Jalen carved them up himself. And then, like you said, if they decide, or the next team that decides to maybe keep a spy in the middle of the field, well, that means something else might be open that day. Maybe it is the receivers getting loose that day, or maybe it is Saquon. That's why I'm like, as far as the offense, I really think as much as, we have OCs like Patullo and they've been in and out, it's really just about, what Jalen want to do that day. It just
Right.
really is pick your poison. Whatever kind of the defense is taking away, they're giving something else up. It'll just be a matter of, because if you look like in the Super Bowl, obviously we know carved him up through the air. And then he did some stuff with his legs too in the Super Bowl. So it just is a matter of whatever the defense is kind of giving up. That
Yeah.
seems to be what the team will take. But, like you said, it is week one. I think, obviously there's head coaches, but I think Patullo got probably he might have the hardest job of any coach this year. To step into a team that won a Super Bowl and take the OC spot that's not an easy spot for him to be in. You know what I'm saying? So it might take
Yeah,
some
but
time.
I'm not worried about that because he's been with the organization long enough.
Right.
He know how we get down. He knows what Jalen likes and what he doesn't like. He's been in the quarterback room, in the offensive room long enough to understand all of that. So he's not new to this. He's got familiarity. He's comfortable with the surroundings. So I kind of take that out the door as opposed to like look at what Detroit is dealing with. Both their
Man.
coordinators are gone.
Yeah.
That's a big upgrade. We just, they just kind of moved around, but most of them are still with the organization.
Yeah.
And we promoted him from within.
In-house. Yeah, he was in-house.
Yeah, so he knows what's going on, and he knows how to talk to Jalen, and they got a good working relationship. So that should be easy pickings and good to go.
And definitely. And then I know you said I definitely think like the first 4 games now of the regular season is effectively the preseason because guys ain't playing and stuff like that. But I think if I remember correctly, we've been in the Super Bowl 2 out of the last 3 years, and I think we've had all 53 or 52 of the 53 on Super Bowl Sunday all there to play.
Yes.
So I think part of their philosophy, I guess, is like, we'll take the risk early in the year to protect guys and limit how many hits they get in hopes that, we get deep into the playoffs and we have everybody healthy. And we've been pretty healthy, knock on wood, don't want it to stop. But, yeah, we've been pretty healthy these past 2-3 years, especially these Super Bowl runs we've been on. We've been getting the Super Bowls, and we got 52 or 53 out of 53 dudes that we got on, day one. So, hey, if they can keep doing that, I mean, I guess I'll take my rust at the beginning of the year to keep the guys healthy down the stretch.
Absolutely.
I'll take
Absolutely.
that. That's a give and take. I'm willing to take a chance on. So, but I also saw, I don't know who said it. They said even though AJ didn't have as many catches, they weren't involved, but they said he was great in the run game in terms of some of his blocking. I think some of that, the receivers, they don't get enough credit for that sometimes, and that even if they're not necessarily catching and making big plays in the passing, I think they do a really good job blocking and making plays. I think that's an underrated aspect of the run game. We talk about the O-line, we talk about the, obviously Jalen being the +1, but the receivers do a really good job in the run game blocking. I really think that's kind of underrated.
I still think it all revolves around what our offensive line does.
Oh yeah,
Len Dickerson and Mailata did not play the best games. Whether they're hurt or not is irrelevant, in my opinion. If you in the game, I got expectations for you.
Absolutely.
So you got to be able to run that back and do what you have to do on the line of scrimmage because that's where it stops and starts.
Absolutely.
That's where it stops and starts. So I don't want to be one of those guys with the best running back in the league and you got a sorry offense.
Nah, you don't want that.
That's what you got.
Yeah.
So they got to start getting the things together that they got to get together, and Vic Fangio got to start making them hard decisions. And I'm saying that, and I'm thinking about what I'm saying and how I'm saying it, and you got to realize that again is week 1.
Absolutely.
is week 1. So we got so much football to play. So
Yeah,
much football to play. So we'll
yeah,
be fine.
that's facts. I think it's just the fact that even if it is week 1, just the natural, the natural thought process, I guess, is kind of that's the only game we got to go off of. And the immediate reaction is we got to get everything fixed as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is kind of understandable. You don't want things to keep going, but like you said, it is week 1, and we can just look at last year. If you want to compare week 1 to where we finished, huge difference. So it's
Yeah.
gonna take time. They just got to be able to figure it out and put some things together. I was
Mm-hmm.
going to ask you too. What did you? Not what did you? Or what would you? As far as this week going up against KC, what would kind of be the game plan you think would be offensively, at least, to kind of attack them? Would you think we just do what we do, come out looking to run the ball, or certain matchups or things to get maybe AJ going early, anything like that?
They're definitely going to try to get AJ going early. I'm calling it now. The first play of the game is going to be a quick slant to AJ Brown.
Yeah,
So that's going to happen.
that's gonna happen.
I think Saquon will be fine this game because they know what Jalen's capable of.
Right.
So they can put 8 men in the box to stop Saquon all they want. Not going to help.
It sure won't.
So we just gotta. I'll still be throwing stuff in my office if we don't run zone reads.
Man,
But I'm beating a dead horse by now. So it just isn't going to happen. And it's so funny that what Patullo did looked a lot like what they did last year.
he sure did.
So hopefully they'll get better. I got to believe that, that we're not going to go off of just one chapter in the playbook. We got to open that thing up and we got to sling that ball around. So
Yeah, that was why I brought up the earlier comment, because I've heard a lot. Kind of just read up on the Eagles. Their offense is a lot of, whereas other offenses, predicated a little bit on scheme and philosophy and what they're trying to do. I've heard the Eagles' offense is essentially we just gonna execute better. It's not so much
right.
we gonna scheme it up better. We just gonna do what we do better than what you do. And I'm like, sometimes, like you said, I don't really know if that helps in the case of whether it's helping Saquon or certain guys get loose, because it's like sometimes, why are we, if the mindset is, well, we could just block it better, then I think that's what causes like some of what we saw, especially after the delay last week. That's why everything got so stagnant, because it didn't seem like there was a counterpunch. It was just
ain't really much you can do about that. That was lightning.
There was nothing you could do about that, but there was never anything, even a couple times in the first half, there was a lot of just the 2-yard run up the middle, and it's like, and they stuck with it. They kept going with the same, up the run up the middle. So hopefully they'll come back with something this week, but we'll see. I mean, they're gonna do what they do. As long as QB1 is understanding and healthy, I think we're gonna be in good shape.
Indeed. I'm looking at the injury report, and I still think we got to get Tanner McKee together.
Yeah,
with his injury on his throwing hand.
Yeah,
I don't know what he was doing,
man.
Well, we'll be all right. Landon Dickerson is just rest. Jalix Hunt, he's new, being on he's got a hip pointer, so his way back into the fold is just kind of just keep doing what you're doing, and we got to figure out a way to dominate on that line of scrimmage, because they are going to try. Spags is going to try to throw something different at us, and we just got to be ready for it. So
definitely, yeah, he gonna come with some different stuff, and they're at home too, so they'll definitely be up and
it's going to be
come with
hype
different
game.
things.
It's going to be hype.
It is, but we'll see how it go. I think we'll be all right.
Don't be surprised if Jalen Carter goes off
this week.
Don't be surprised whatsoever.
Hey, I think he'll be ready to go for sure after what happened last week and everything.
Yep.
All the scrutiny he's been under. I think he'll be ready to go. I think they'll all be ready to go. Hopefully we can just, I think we'll get a better look at what the defense will be when, the big dude in the middle is there. I was going to ask you too, who do you think, I heard this, do you think Jalen is our best defensive player or our most talented, if that makes sense? Because I don't know, Zach might be our best defensive player. Jalen Carter. Is he, as compared to like Zach Bond? You think Jalen is the best Best defensive player we got, or is he just maybe more talented? Because Zach
Nah,
is that all 22 showed some stuff like whoa. Him and Jihad are kind of they
I think
scary,
he's the
man.
right now. I think he's the best player we got. Zach Bond is a
Zach,
close second. Don't get it twisted.
got you,
But I mean, I guess it would. It all depends on. I mean, really, it's a tie. But I think Jalen Carter is that dominant.
got you.
I just think he's that dominant, and they're just that dominant. What else? What else can you
I
say?
got you. I got you for sure, for sure. But yeah, nah. I was just doing my little check in with you, but I'll be in the chat throughout tonight and the rest of the week, and then up to Sunday when it's time to do what we do.
Yeah, yeah. Hope they take care of business, man, and just get it out there. I'm interested to see if they're gonna let Jalen Carter talk.
Ooh,
I want to see that. Are they
I
gonna put him
see.
in front of a microphone?
Yeah, that is something to see. That'll be interesting to see.
That would be interesting because I know he's gonna get peppered with questions and let's
Oh
see if he's
man,
ready for it. Like, bro, you
yeah,
stepped into it, bro. So this is what comes with it.
this will come with it.
Be prepared.
It's gonna be prepared, and however many cameras, I think, because the game is on Fox, however many cameras they got, they're gonna have like a special 2 or 3 on him watching
Absolutely.
everything.
And they're
Every
gonna
from
play the
the
replay of the spit
Oh
30
yeah,
times.
yeah, yeah. 30 times from the minute he walk into the stadium Sunday, get off the bus, all the way to kickoff time. They're gonna have a sideline camera. They're gonna have a step-by-step camera on him, everything he does, pretty much for the rest of the year now,
He
unfortunately.
might have he might get more attention than Taylor Swift.
Probably he'll be right. Yeah, yeah. He'll be right up there. He'll be right up there for sure. Yep.
So
But all right, coach, I'll be in the chat.
all right, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Go Birds.
Yeah, Jalen Carter got to show and prove. And Vic, I trust you, man. I trust you, Coach Fangio. If you say we got to stick with Adoree Jackson, we gonna stick with Adoree Jackson. But I'm not saying. I'm just saying. So, um, but like I was saying, man, I don't. I know Adoree Jackson knows what it looked like. I know he's acutely aware of that, and this game allows him to kind of get rid of some of that stench a little bit. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what they do with it. Because at the end of the day, it's all a game plan. We saw what happened with Chris Jones and some of the guys on defense going back and forth about missed assignments and stuff like that. You got to take the L. Got to take the L and keep it moving. So uh, I don't wish it, but that's what happens when you put yourself out there like that. So we got to handle business, man. We got to handle business. And it's funny listening to my man Jason Dunn on his podcast, Chief Concerns. Some of the stuff that they saying about the Chiefs, they saying about the Eagles. Same stuff. So we got to be ready for it. We got to get that thick skin, and we just got to get out there and ball. They got some new players in there on offensive line, but can they handle our defensive line? You saw what happens when you put Patrick Mahomes in motion on the run. You gonna you'll get some things that happen. But I think our secondary is going to be ready for him. I think the rush again with Jalen Carter back in the lineup. It's not a if, it's not a speculation. Back in the lineup. So uh Bennett needs to spike Adoree's Gatorade with a laxative on Sunday. Okay, okay. Listen, man, this might be a hot take. This might be a hot take, but I think Adoree Jackson's gonna have a good game because he don't want that thing on him anymore. He don't want. Mm-mm. So I'm expecting him to put on a good show with his medallion on and all that kind of stuff. It's put it. Mm, we got to get it done. We got to get it done. So, Adora Jackson, let's go. Turn it up. Got to get with it or get out, basically, because you are expendable. I was thinking, would they bring? Would they bring? Oh my God, why am I blanking? Would they bring Keely Ringo up? Would they put him in there because he can't do any worse? Can't do any worse. So walking through the water, um, him getting him just walking through all the stuff that he'd been through. Keely Ringo, I'm talking about now, and going through the trials and tribulations of camp. Not it not going for him the way he thought it would. He got to be ready. He got to be ready. So they going through all of these schemes, all of these game plans every day. They know what he is. And Vic Fangio is going to try to get him out some of them bad habits and run with some of these receivers and make the plays on the ball. You can't just be a in the in the snow type of cornerback. You know, you're not on the snow island or something like that. You gotta lock them up, bro. Gotta lock them up. So yeah, Ringo's a special teams player now, but I'm just saying, you gotta see what the kid got. You gotta see what the kid got. If it comes back like he's stealing money, we don't want that. We don't want him stealing some money. So, uh, yeah, it is what it is. So, um, did I have anything else on my docket? I didn't even have too many much on my notes. Really, it's just the Dallas Goddard thing kind of bummed me out a little bit because me and Tone talked about that a lot, and it's like, damn, here we are again, and we ain't even in game 3 yet, and we got an injury. So I do not want to go down that hill again. Just protect yourself, heal up of your injuries, and all that type of good stuff. But October is so long. Yeah. Did y'all think the punishment for Jalen Carter was just, or do you think it should have been? Do you think it should have been longer? Or do you think it should have been shorter? Uh-oh. There we go. I don't. Who does Dallas play this week? I didn't look at the schedule. Who do Dallas play this week? Dallas. I think Dallas is getting a false sense of security from the way they played the other day, and it's like y'all can't do that. Can't do that. You got to get yourself together first before you try to help others. So they got the Giants this week. Ooh, two bad teams. They'll beat the Giants. They'll definitely beat the Giants. Mm-mm-mm. Giants in trouble. Dayball in trouble too. Dayball is on a hot seat. Never thought I would see that happen, but they've been bad. And look at Daniel Jones with the Patriots and lit everybody up this week. Oh, excuse me. We got it. We'll have it together though. I got trust in Howie Roseman. I got trust in Jeff Lurie and Stoutland University, and that's the way it go. So let's get rid of this injury report. Let's have a clean game. Is there anything else that popped up that I missed? Nope. Hmm. Tyler Warren should have stayed in college. Maybe. That's what everybody will think. Tyler should have. Oh, I put that up already. Yeah, I was mad that Prescott didn't get anything. I was kind of mad about that because clearly he instigated it. So even in hockey, you get 5 minutes you get 2 minutes for taunting. Come on, somebody, let's make it happen. It's too easy to do. So, but all right, we rocked for about 46 minutes. I ain't gonna be here long. I got some stuff I got to do. Y'all be wearing me out, man. I can't be in them one of them podcasts that be going till 2 and 3 in the morning. I'm too sleepy for that. But do me a favor. Let me know. I may. I've been pretty consistent with the times. Trying to go late at 10:30 for all the people on the West Coast and even in the Midwest. That hour helps, but it helps. It helps get you to a situation where I want more people coming in. So I got to be conscious of the time. If you think I should try a little bit earlier instead of 10:30, maybe 10 o'clock. So maybe 9:30. So I'm going to experiment just a little bit. So we'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what's going to happen. The NFL needs to let them fight. That's what we're going to do it. 2-man enter, 1-man leave. That's what we're doing now. Oh my God. Tiffany, I was talking about that on the other podcast with my boy Jason. Yeah, they got issues too. So Xavier Worthy's going to be wearing a brace. We already know that. But this fool comes over to the house on the what was I thinking about? I forget. I lost my train of thought. So keep it 7:30. 7:30 might be too early for me. 7:30 might be a little bit too early because I can't. 7:30 for you. That's 7:30 for you, Chris, because you on the West Coast. You're on the West Coast. So, but we'll see what's going to happen. We in good shape. With the exception of Dallas Goedert, we pretty much had a clean bill of health. Tanner McKee is not new. Will Shipley is new, and Dallas Goedert. But if we were lucky enough to figure out how to get Bigsby the ball, one of them situations where is he mop up duty? Is it whatever the case is? They need to be on his person, on his body. So we got to be able to utilize that. And I mean, it's week 1, week 2, I should say. So they're gonna be big mad. They're gonna be big mad. The revenge game. I'm just imagining all the stuff they're gonna say in the media. All the stuff they're gonna say. They're gonna have all of this revenge stuff going on with Jalen Hurts. They're gonna be putting out the narratives. We aren't. They will though. But in any case. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm talking crazy. So I will be back on tomorrow, 10:30. We're gonna do it again. Bring your bring your friends. Tell your friends about me, and we're gonna keep this thing growing. Did you hit the smash? Did you hit the like? Smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And I'm gonna be out. We are still 1-0. Go Birds.